There's only one hard and fast rule in writing. Do what works for you. That's it. Now, that being said, today I want to go through some of the clear trends that hold true for many different writers that we've noticed here at Scribe. Let's start with why you should have a writing plan. There's a common misconception that you should just be inspired to write. And if you wait until inspiration strikes, then you can use it as fuel to write. Sounds good, right? Wrong. If you rely on inspiration to write your book, you will fail. There is one single thing that creates success in writing, and every single writer will tell you this: discipline. Writing without a plan is like traveling across country without a map. Sure, you'll eventually get there, but it'll probably take you twice as long. You have to write every day until the book is done. That's why you need a writing plan, because it defines exactly what you will do to finish your book. Inspiration might be how you decide to start the book, and that's fine, but discipline is how you will finish. So what is a writing plan? You're an author now, so what does an author do? They write their book every day. And a writing plan is nothing more than the specific plan that lays out exactly when and where you're going to write each day. It lays out how much you will write, when everything is due, and what your accountability is. So here's how to create your writing plan. Step 1, schedule a time and place to write. You start by picking the exact time and place you'll write each day. For example, you could write every day from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. in your home office, or from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. at a coffee shop. This is not negotiable. If you tell yourself that you're gonna write when you have the time, then the book won't ever get done. And if you don't think about the environment where you're gonna be writing, you may not make good use of that time that you've set aside. With both of these elements, you wanna be as specific as possible. The more you plan now, the less you have to think about it later. So if the book matters to you, then figure out precisely when and where you're going to write it. How much time should you write each day? We recommend writing for at least an hour per day. If you only have 30 minutes a day to write, then do that. The optimal amount of time is 2 hours, but very few people can set aside that much time. And be realistic, most authors can't write for more than 3 hours a day, at least not effectively. What time of day should you write? The data on this is really clear. Most people are the most creative about an hour after they wake up until about 4 hours after they wake up. That means you're probably most creative in the morning, so do that. But outliers do exist, so do night owls. So if you know you are a night owl, honor that. All that matters is consistency in action. Make writing a routine that works for you, and you'll do it. How consistently should you write? Now, if you can, write every single day. Even if you only get through a half a page per day, even if you only write 10 words, you're that much closer to a finished book. If 7 days a week is too much, then take 1 day off and write for 6. God rested on the 7th day, so can you. The key thing to remember with a book is that you don't stay where you are with a book. You either move forward or you move backward. So momentum is the key element in seeing a book through from beginning to end. You'll make that decision each and every day for the duration of the book writing process. And your plan will help you stay accountable so you keep moving forward in the right direction. How do you pick your writing location? It's really simple to pick where you should write, where you get writing done. So these are the general factors people consider when writing: ambient noise, temperature, view, comfort, and isolation. A universal correct place to write just doesn't exist. If you write well in coffee shops, do that. If you write well at a desk in your basement, do that. Wherever you're most creative, most functional, and most confident, write there. Don't waste time trying to find the perfect place to write, or a perfect tool, or the perfect software, or the perfect desk. They don't exist. People who get stuck on finding the perfect spot or the perfect inspiration to write are looking for ways to avoid the work. This unrecognized fear will cause them to wait for the perfect environment. But that doesn't exist. Even when accounting for someone's personal preferences, if they found the perfect writing place, that's just a place where they allow themselves to look past the distractions that exist everywhere. So focusing on the distractions is a resistance. It's a way for you to avoid the hard work of actually writing. And every minute you spend trying to find the perfect anything is a minute you're stealing from your writing. So find a place and setting that works for you and then recreate that each day. If your initial location stops working for you after a while, acknowledge it. Figure out what you need to change and identify a new location. Step 2. Set specific writing goals. In addition to scheduling the time and place of each writing session, you also want to give yourself a specific writing goal for each session. We recommend a goal of 250 words per hour of writing. Why 250 words? Well, it's about the number of words per page in a printed book. So if you're writing about 250 words a day, that's about a page a day. And yes, this is a very low goal, but a low goal is good. A low goal is not intimidating, so it'll help you get started. It'll also make you feel good when you reach it, and it'll entice you to keep writing. This is a classic sales technique. Lowering the quota to inspire action works wonderfully with writing. And the best part is that it adds up really fast. By writing just 250 words a day, you can get a first draft that's 120 pages. In other words, 30,000 words. Done in just 4 months. That is fast, and you'll do it with what feels like very little effort. As you can see, it's all about consistency. Step 3, build deadlines. Deadlines force you to take action and they demand accountability. So let me show you a general guideline of how you can pace yourself and adjust to your schedule. If you want to move fast, give yourself a deadline of about a chapter a week. If you want to move at a reasonable speed, give yourself 2 weeks per chapter. And if you want to move slower, give yourself 3 weeks per chapter. If you have a hectic life and you have 2 kids under 4, for instance, like myself, and you're very sleep deprived, do a chapter per month. And then question if you have the time to even do this. Step 4, announce the book. So if you're ready to take accountability one step further, announce that you are working on a book. Use whatever social media platform you prefer, whether it's Facebook, Instagram. The point is to publicly claim your intention to people that you care about. You're going to get a lot of positive feedback, which will help you start. And the fact that you've announced your intention will help push you through whenever you start to waver. If you're really serious about writing your book, the platform you're most uncomfortable about putting it on is the one you should use. That means it's the one with the most people on it that you care about. If you're afraid of telling them, it's all the more reason to do it. Remember, you want to identify any and all resistance that you feel so that you can work through it. Step 5, keep yourself accountable. So there are a lot of ways to keep yourself accountable, but the best and most reliable method we've seen is to post your daily word count. This is what we have all of our authors in the Scribe Guided Author program do, is they post it in our private Facebook group. And by doing this, you get all the benefits of accountability. The daily push to ensure you actually sit down and write your 250 words, the encouragement that comes from everyone else for getting it done, and most importantly, the habit then gets built by doing the work and posting about it. Above all, just focus on what works for you. What I just shared is a tested, proven method. It works, but that doesn't make it the right method. There is no right method. The only right method of writing is the one that works for you. For example, we have one author who can only write by sitting in his Tesla while it's charging in his garage. For real. He puts a specific playlist on his phone, he plugs in his earbuds, and he turns up the volume. He knows he has 45 minutes of charge time to get his work done, and he makes the most of that window. That's the key. There's only the method that works for you. So always feel free to use what works. If any part of this video feels off for you, substitute what makes more sense for you. Now, that being said, unless you know you have a method that works better for you, just assume that what we're telling you is the best way to do it. Our writing plan is based both on decades of experience with actual authors and the best empirical data about how authors succeed. And finally, if you miss a day of writing, it's okay. Forgive yourself and move on. So what's your writing setup? Leave us a comment and let us know if you have something unique that you do to help you write. And if you like this video, be sure to check out this one or this one and subscribe to this channel. Take care.